The planet sees certainly no value because it's choking to death as a result of it. The only people that see any value at all in that entire chain of actors are the people that own the businesses. Yeah. And there are very few of those, and they've already got billions tucked away and they don't really need any more. So it seems like an almost valueless concept that we are starting to question. On the other hand, there are companies that do create value, and those ones that I have already mentioned, I think are part of that ecosystem. You know, they make a product out of materials that are sourced in a way that does create some value. So, you know, the people that produce the wool for us or Chanel or whoever it happens to be, those farmers are well paid, those sheep are well looked after. You know, we work in factories in Scotland that also make for both Burberry and Chanel, interestingly, and I think also Hermes rather randomly. But we know that the people that work in those factories, A, are well paid, they're well valued. In fact, they're highly valued because there are far too few of them in existence, and the factories we work with are struggling to find a new generation. You know, they pay considerably more than the product is really worth in its nuts and bolts. But of course, everybody coming after also, you know, that product has a value that endures for decades, if not centuries, because I don't think there will ever be a time when somebody isn't going to want to buy, you know, a 1950s Chanel tweed jacket or a 70s Burberry trench coat or a 80s, Hermes handbag or whatever it happens to be. This product has value forever. And people will fix it and cherish it and look after it, and so and that will create more value because those people can then act in the repairers and others who might act on it. They make a living out of ensuring the kind of continued use of this stuff. So it's a value-rich ecosystem contrasted with a valueless ecosystem, and I think that is the sort of divider that we ought to be starting to consider, you know, which side of that line do the people that we buy stuff from sit? Are they the value creators or are they valueless?